Welcome to our woods. A magical workplace where beautiful handmade objects come to life.
This is the moment of truth.
All crafted by us, a team of passionate woodworkers.
Mwah.
There's Saf.
I want it to look like it's an explosion of gold.
Ella.
I've poured a lot of my heart into this.
Karis.
Yes! I did it!
Robin.
The finish on that is so smooth.
Michaela.
I opted for a vintage machine, but they do give me a bit of a workout.
And me, Alex.
It's gonna be massive.
It's gonna be huge, isn't it?
Together, we join forces
You ready? Beast, isn't it?
What a beast.
to create truly unique items
Oh, wow.
I'm honest, I'm gobsmacked. I am gobsmacked.
for people who really deserve them.
I couldn't have got through it without you. I just wanted to do something that was for you.
Oh, wow. Yes! I love that. Oh, my gosh.
We are the Kings of the Wood. At our woodland workshop, we've got all the tools and all the enthusiasm
That grain just jumps out. There's so much contrast.
to make truly extraordinary items.
Beautiful. Look at it. Look at all this beautiful red running through it.
And this week is no different as Robin dives headfirst into a surf-themed project.
It gives me a bit of an insight, I guess, what the ancient Hawaiian forefathers of surfing must have felt like.
I get greedy using 3 of my favourite timbers on a very special build.
This is how I like to do things. Old school tools, the way it's been done for hundreds of years, and doing it by hand.
And Ella whips out her chainsaw as she clears a tree trunk for takeoff.
One of the dangers is if I go too deep, that will come out the other side.
But before we get started, there's the all-important breakfast brew. And I think Ella might be in need of a strong one, judging by the size of her wood pile.
I mean, I love the fact how we all get these big planks arriving thinking that's a serious chunk of timber, and then Ella rocks up with a tree trunk. Can't even get your arms around it. And you carry it.
On the shoulder.
I'm really excited to start today. What are we going to make? Who are we going to see? Can't wait. Anyway, we better get started. Can't sit around drinking tea all day.
Yeah, true.
All right, boss.
I think we finished our brews just in time as the first guest has arrived to meet with Robin.
Hello.
Hi, is this the workshop?
It is, yeah.
No, my name's Phil.
I'm Robin. Nice to meet you.
I wonder if you could help me. I've got this great friend called Nick,
OK.
and he's created this incredible wave garden near Bristol.
I know it.
You know it?
Yeah, it's like the artificial surfing wave.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's amazing.
Have you ever surfed it?
I have, actually, yeah.
Good
Well,
man.
I say I've surfed it. I've tried to surf in there.
Yeah, so you can imagine that
Oh,
wasn't
it's
sort of a
fantastic.
5-minute job. Nick, 10 years ago, had this vision. His real passion was, you imagine if we could have underprivileged kids here. They're also challenging as far as behaviours or physical disabilities. So in a safe environment, with lots of support, get them on and actually go surfing. And probably they've never even had a thought that they could actually do it. I just thought it'd be amazing if you could create something for him because he's done so much for so many other people. The other thing about Nick, sadly, I think it was February 2020, he actually had a number of strokes. He's a young, fit man, so not expected. Physically, he wasn't really in a good way. And slowly things got better. And just to see him actually then use his own created space as part of his therapy has been amazing.
Do you know what? I'd love to make him a surfboard, but I think he's probably got plenty of them.
He loves community and he loves his coffee and just sitting around
does
and
he?
chewing the cud with people, and so something communal type thing, I don't know.
OK.
Yeah.
I'll give it a little bit more thought, I
Yeah.
think. Why don't you go and get some waves and I'll give you a call when it's done?
Enjoy yourself. You take care. And I trust in you. See ya.
I reckon I've got an idea of what to build for Nick, but before I get started, I think I'll consult the wise old man of the woods.
I just had a really nice chat with another surfer up there. I could have chatted to him for hours.
Because you're in your element.
Yeah, right. He's got a friend that's set up this brilliant project in Bristol, and he's had a bit of a hard time over the last 18 months, so going to make him something good. I mean, I was thinking maybe some sort of table. What do you reckon?
Yeah, like surfboard coffee table.
Do you know what I really like? The style, you know, the 60s style longboards, sort of California hot rods.
Whole Beach Boys thing.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm thinking, because I like these things,
Yeah.
triple stringer.
Ooh, nice, yeah.
So
Like
just-
contrasting timbers.
Well, yeah, you got it. I think that's a great idea. I think if we have like a light timber either side and dark timber for the stringers.
And what about a base?
Well, what do you reckon? Kind of
Yeah, again,
thin
retro
legs or-
style. That sort of mid-century flowing in.
Yeah, I mean, this is like Homer Simpson's spice rack. I would hope I would make it a little bit better than that.
Yeah, I've got a bit of confidence that what you're going to make is going to look better than your drawing, but yeah.
But I think I'd better go and get some timber out and start cutting it up then. Catch you later.
The first job on my list is to find the perfect timber to build Nick's retro-style surfboard coffee table.
I'm going to start off with this beautiful slab of ash. I think it'd just be really nice to have quite a light wood on each side, and then I'm going to divide it up with darker wood in sections. Although this bit of timber is beautiful, it has got a bit of a defect running up through the middle of it. Where it's been sectioned and then dried, you know, all that moisture's got to go somewhere, and the wood's kind of shrunk, and it always tends to happen down the middle of the bit of wood. So what I'm going to try and do is just cut that bit out. I want two sections about 200 millimetres wide. I'm allowing myself about 10% to kind of shave down, plane down, saw down. It's always a good thing in wood to allow yourself more than you need. I see it a bit like hair. You can't go into a barber's and say, can you put a bit more on? You can always cut a bit more off, though. So I've got two good-sized slabs there, 200 mil wide, following the grain pretty good. All I've got to do now is cut it. It's a beast of a slab, this one. I might have to do it in a couple of passes.
For a slab this thick, I'm using a handheld circular saw, as the timber is simply too big to fit on any of the table saws in the workshop. But just because it's the best way to do it, doesn't necessarily mean it will go to plan.
Well, the wood's a little bit wet, so it's bound up on the saw. I made a nice cut into it, and it's just gone closed up and pinched on the saw blade. And that is well and truly stuck. I'm just going to bung a little wedge in. Open up that saw cut so I can get the saw out. Oh, God, it's going to be a strong table. But I've gone good 3/4 of the way through on the first pass. Now I'm just going to set the saw, cut straight through, and hopefully it doesn't bind up again.
Looks like my second pass is going to be more successful. Although, I think a face mask is in order next time, what with all this dust.
There you go. Looking through the cross-section of that is a beautiful bit of ash. Right, a couple more cuts to go, and I've got my sections.
Robin's already off to a flying start, and now I'm expecting a visitor to the woods myself.
Hello.
Hey, all right.
I'm Alex.
Hi, I'm Vicky.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to our woods.
Yeah, thank you.
What brings you here?
Well, I was going to ask if you'd be able to make something for a really special friend of mine.
Of course we can.
I've got a few ideas around it, but basically, she's called Zoe, and Zoe delivered my baby, who was stillborn.
That's a really sad story. I'm really sorry.
And she's been there for me ever since. And, you know, on the day, she was meant to have finished work hours before, and she was adamant that she wasn't going to leave until she'd delivered Jack. And she doesn't just do that for me. You know, I know that that's something that she does day in, day out.
Truly selfless person.
Yeah. You know, she's been through a lot herself.
Right.
Her daughter passed away a couple of years ago through suicide.
Oh, heartbreaking.
Yeah, absolutely. And she set up a foundation called the Forever 20 Foundation, where she's trying to raise awareness and money for suicide prevention.
Okay.
One of the main things for that she's done is the 3 Peaks Challenge in Yorkshire.
And that's not an easy thing to do.
No, absolutely not. And as part of that, it was all about, during the challenge, speaking to people, talking about mental health, really raising awareness and raising money at the same time. And she raised nearly £10,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so what would you like us to do for Zoe?
She's just moved house, actually, to a new build.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking of something for the garden.
So table and chairs, a bench or something?
Yes.
Something that reflects your friendship and the person she is.
Yes.
Or something that can sort of maybe bring a bit of nature into a new garden.
Yeah, absolutely,
Well,
yeah.
That's a project that gets me excited straight away. I like the sound of it. And if you'd be kind enough to bring her back, hopefully I can make something that really reflects that.
That'd be amazing. Thank you ever so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. See you
Take
later.
care. Bye, Vicky.
Bye.
Hello, mate.
Hi, Saf, you all right?
I'm good.
The Yorkshire Three-Peach Challenge. Now, you must know that. In Yorkshire.
Been
I'm
northern,
sure you've done it
yeah.
hundreds of times.
Yeah.
I've just met Vicky. She was absolutely lovely. Now, one of the things that Vicky told me was that Zoe did a walk for charity. They raised a lot of money. They talked to a lot of people on the way. So I'd like to tie that story in with this bench.
Look at the grain on that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Isn't it beautiful? Burr elm.
Burr elm.
My favourite timber. It's just not going to be strong enough, is it? Looks pretty, but it's got no strength
It's
to
got
it.
no strength. Could you do maybe a 3 peaks as an inlay? Would that work?
Like a profile of the mountain?
Yeah. What do you think?
That's a great idea. So I'll have the back, and I can fit the mountain range in it. The arm's coming off. Again, quite contemporary. She lives in a new build house where it has to blend in.
That look amazing, that.
Something along them lines?
That's really good.
Well, I'm so excited about it.
Really good.
Thanks,
Good luck,
Saf.
mate. See you in a bit.
Take care.
To begin with, I'm tackling the back panel of Zoe's bench. I want it to be a beautiful statement that clearly references her charity fundraising.
Now, Three-Peach in Yorkshire has a very distinctive shape, and I've sketched it on my blackboard. Now, the piece of timber I've got might not look big enough for the back of the bench, but there's enough timber here to sort of cut it in half, flip it over, and make sure I've got enough to cut out my template. And this is where the beauty of a piece of burr elm, that busy grain, actually joins together because it doesn't have those very sort of distinctive solo lines. So that's our centre line. This will get cut down that line. And then we've got the mountain range come down here, and this is basically our first peak. We drop a little bit, up again, get on the flat, rest them legs, cover some ground, to the bottom of the second high peak. So make sure that we cut the same thickness out of each of these, and up we go again.
I'm hand sawing this burr elm down to size. It's thick enough to make 2 sheets, so I'm going to cut it lengthways before joining the 2 thinner pieces together in a rectangular shape for my back panel.
A lot of elbow grease in this one, but it has to be done. This thinned down, lovely sort of 3/4 inch panels. Look fabulous when it's in.
We've had 2 visitors to the wood so far. Robin is constructing a surfboard coffee table for Nick, who runs a charity surfing initiative. And I've started on a garden bench for midwife Zoe that will illustrate her incredible fundraising efforts.
With the ash from my surfboard table cut down, I've selected a contrasting dark wood to add a touch of retro styling to my design.
Beautiful bit of sapele. It's a really nice dark wood. I use it quite a lot for kind of external joinery, doors and windows and that sort of thing. It's what they call the poor man's mahogany because it's a really similar colour and grain to mahogany.
Sapele is a highly sustainable timber, but it's also incredibly strong, almost as tough as English oak. It has the perfect grain colour to make the stringers for my surfboard tabletop. Stringers are thin wooden strips that run the length of the board to provide extra rigidity, a classic feature in traditional surfboards from the 50s and 60s. To fix my 3 stringers in place, I'm joining the ash planks and sapele strips together into a solid block.
So that is essentially the blank for the surfboard. Now I'm going to use a method called biscuit joining for this. It just gives it a little bit more stability when you glue. Instead of just gluing the faces together like that, a biscuit sort of cuts into both sides of the wood and then kind of holds it together. So you can't get kind of up and down movement because this biscuit kind of holds it in place.
I've got a biscuit cutter, which makes quick work of carving out the slots. Then in goes a biscuit-shaped piece of wood and some glue on the corresponding timber. Finally, I'm clamping the sapele and ash together for a minimum of 4 hours.
Glue's poured out of that joint, so I know there's definitely enough on there. All I can do now is let it dry.
On my bench project, I've cut down some burr elm into rectangular sheets, and now I can crack on with cutting out the shape of the 3 peaks.
I can see the problem now. The frame of my saw is stopping my blade going any deeper. This is where the beauty of the fret saw comes in, because I can now leave the blade where it is, but I can rotate the arm of my saw. And as I push that round, it means I can still keep cutting at the same angle I was cutting, but the frame of my saw is not going to interfere with the cut. This is how I like to do things. Old school tools, the way it's been done for hundreds of years, and doing it by hand. You know, and I learnt these techniques, well, I started at 14, and I learnt from my dad in his workshop. Now, I'm a small way through my mountain range at the moment. I've got 2 pieces to cut to get that profile just right, and it's got a span about 4 foot. It's a bit unusual to be doing a build where you start with a fine detail, but this is about nice features and unusual timbers.
With my 3 peaks cut out, my next job is the background for the panel. And I want some wood that's going to add real contrast and character, so I'm going with a spalted beech. Then the plan is to slot these timbers together, like puzzle pieces, creating a nice flush surface for the back of my bench.
Now, although spalted beech may be considered by the purists to not be the best timber because it lacks that structural strength, it looks incredible. Now, spalted timber is basically when it gets to sort of a fungal disease. But the characteristics of it are quite interesting. It puts a fine black line all the way through it, and it forms these sort of pockets. So if you use it in the right way, it doesn't end up on the fire pile. And that's important, because something like this, especially when I've polished this, you'll see it's like a rich marble.
I've decided to use my router to carve out the outline of the 3 peaks into the spalted beech background. Then I should be able to simply slot the burr elm 3 peaks perfectly into place. Time to see if it fits.
We put our first peak in there. And then this one should drop in here, hopefully. Ooh, I love that creaking. That creaking's a great sign. So now I've got my skyline ready to go. I've got one shot at trying to get this glued up nice and tight with no gaps, no faults and no cracks. That's gone very well. Now I've put this together and I'm having a look at it. I really like how it looks. And even just a bit of a damp cloth on it is giving me hints of what I can expect when it's going to be finished. Just can't wait to varnish this. Really going to make it sing.
Robin and I are making good headway on our projects, but there's still one more guest due into the woods. And they've come to meet with chainsaw artist Ella.
Hello. I'm Nikki.
Hi, Nikki. I'm Ella. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's brought you to the woods today?
I've come here today because I would like to recognise a really wonderful paramedic who saved my husband's life.
He saved your husband's life? Tell me.
Yeah. 3 years ago, my husband, he was involved in a head-on collision.
Oh, my goodness.
The emergency callers rang ahead to the air ambulance. And on that day, Marcus, the paramedic, had got into work early, so he ended up at my husband's accident scene. It was just sheer carnage. He had horrific chest injuries. He was paralysed from the chest down.
Oh, wow.
So he couldn't feel the terrible break in his leg. So they knew that he was critically injured. So the life-saving treatment that he got on the side of the road saved his life enough to get him to hospital.
Wow. So do you have any ideas of anything that I could make for him?
I would like something to go with his passion of flying. He wanted to be a pilot when he was little.
Okay.
And along with his little boys, he's got 2 little boys, they do all like flying.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be something plane related.
Okay.
He does have a garden, and
Okay.
he spends a lot of time in his garden, and
Yeah.
I just think it's nice then that the whole family can appreciate it as well.
Yeah.
So any ideas you can come up with, I'd be really grateful.
Okay. I'll have a think about what I can make, but if you're OK to leave it with me, I'll let you know when it's ready.
Oh, lovely, thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
See you later.
I think I've got an idea for keen gardener Marcus that references his love of aviation. I'm going to make a garden planter, shaped like an aeroplane, with a trough cut into the top to plant flowers and shrubs. I want it to be a big piece, so I better get cracking. And my first job on the list is cutting the timber down to size with my chainsaw. I've chosen to use redwood, sequoia, because it's really good at being outside and not rotting, basically. And it has got this absolute badass colour. When you put the oil on, it just looks super cool. So my plan is, this is going to be the wings, and this is going to be the body. So the first thing I've got to do now is make this look like the body of a plane. First, I've got to get all the outer layers of wood and bark off the trunk. So I'm left with the harder, weather-resistant timber underneath. It looks very odd at the moment. It always goes through a really weird-looking stage, but my brain knows what's going on, which I guess is most important. So this is where the pilot area would be, and then it's going to taper down quite a lot to the nose. I'm really excited. I think it's going to look really cool, but I've got a lot to do.
At our workshop in the woods, everyone is in full flow. I'm building a bench with what I hope will be a beautiful back panel made of 3 unique timbers. Robin's been tasked with making a surfboard coffee table, and Ella's transforming a huge log into an aeroplane garden planter.
On my build, I've joined together ash and sapele timbers for the top of the surfboard table.
It feels really sturdy, actually. It's almost strong enough for a surfboard, let alone a coffee table.
The surface of the table needs to be super smooth, just like a surfboard. So I'm making an initial pass with the electric planer. But for the finish I'm after, there's only one thing for it, and that's to go old school.
The electric plane's flattened it out really nicely, but just to get it so it's bang on flat, I'm using my big old No. 7 flattening plane to take off little shavings of wood.
I absolutely love using traditional tools for jobs like these, and this one in particular has a special place in my heart.
Some of the old planes, you know, they don't make them like they used to anymore, and this has been in my family 3 generations now, so still put it to good use. There you go, final pass. I'm really happy with how that's turned out. It's super smooth. The contrast between the ash and the sapele is just popping now that it's been planed.
With the timber all sanded down, it's time to cut the block into a classic surfboard shape. I'm using a half template so that I can flip it over on the centre line to give a perfectly symmetrical shape to the surfboard tabletop.
Before surfing was really part of popular culture, in ancient Hawaii, they made their first surfboards out of, you know, solid wood. It gives me a bit of an insight, I guess, what the ancient Hawaiian forefathers of surfing must have felt like. To To get this shape just right, I'm going to rough it out first. Stick my template on, bang the router on. Job's a good one. Perfect. Now I've done both sides, all I've got to do now is flip it over, take the template off, stick it on the other side, repeat the process.
I've cut some legs for the table from the same sapele that I used for the surfboard stringers. But after shaping the heavy tabletop, I'm no longer convinced that they're up to the job.
Now I've planed them down, I'm a little bit concerned about the strength of them. And as that surfboard top is made out of solid wood, it's going to be quite heavy. I'm just a bit worried they might snap. I'm going to laminate some ash offcuts that I had from the surfboard top, but laminate them long ways so the grain is running that way against the short grain of the sapele. That should, in theory, give it a lot of strength in both directions. So it'll make it strong so the legs don't flex out, but also strong so that they don't snap.
Adding these supports is a necessary fix, but it's a happy accident as it allows me to incorporate the ash into the legs, which mirrors the two timbers I've used in the tabletop. Glued and clamped in place, I'll screw the legs onto the tabletop once the glue is dried. Time to put my feet up for 5, I think.
On my project, I've got the body of Marcus's planter beginning to actually resemble a plane. Hi. Ah. But I'm going to need a little help getting it lifted onto the wings so I can carry on carving.
Nice and pink.
OK, amazing. So, yeah. OK.
Hey, that looks great.
It looks so good.
Thanks.
Right. We'll be back later to see this, can't wait.
Good, thank you. It's really nice, to be honest, to see it now looking like an actual plane, because for a while it was looking like a strange log and a plank. I now need to scoop with my carving bar and do lots of shaving in there and blending as much as I can and making it just all a bit smoother and rounder. My carving bar has a finer blade on it, so I can get into all the tight spots and smooth things out. Perfect for getting the aerodynamic look I'm after. With my plane shaped out, I'm moving on to the planter section of my design. Now I'm going to cut the trough. One of the dangers is if I go too deep, that will come out the other side. So I need to resist the cut to make sure they cut enough out, but not too much, basically. So it should be fine, but I've got to go slow and basically just nibble away.
I'm very nearly finished on Nick's coffee table, and whilst I'm tempted to bust out the surf wax, what this board actually needs is a different type of finish.
You can really start to see the grain coming out, and just the beauty of this. The pièce de résistance, however, is when you oil it, because that's when the grain really, really pops. Look at that. Just oil along the grain. Keep working in, especially the first layer. And then on a piece like this, once I've worked it into the grain, I'll work back up with my fairly dry cloth. This, to me, wants to look like a sheet of glass, but I need to layer it up. It needs to dry between each layer, so I'm going to leave this to dry and get on with the rest of my work.
Phil came to see me to request a gift for his good mate Nick, to thank him for his dedication to improving the lives of others through surfing. Now he's back at the workshop and he's brought Nick with him. I'm hoping these fellow surfers are happy with what I've been up to.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Robin, how are you?
I'm very well, Phil. Nice to see you again. So, you must be Nick.
Hi, yeah. Good to meet you.
Well, Nick, I'm Robin, and Phil has told me all about you.
Well, I basically said that you've given so much to so many other people, and I know you've built this amazing wave park to make people like me happy, but actually it's not just to make people like me happy. When you first created it all those years ago, it was about what can I add and put smiles on people's faces that probably never even thought they'd be able to surf ever.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
I thought Robin could do something just to give a little bit back to you.
I've been a surfer my whole life, so it's something that's quite close to my heart as well. So I just thought, I've just got to make something really great for you. So...
No way.
There you go.
Oh, my word. I love it. Wow.
I told you I could trust you.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Can I touch it?
Of course you can, yeah, please, go ahead.
It's amazing. Oh, it's so smooth. So smooth. And beautiful. The finish. Wow. Got a nice chunky feel, but also that real refined style underneath it, which is, yeah, it's beautiful, really beautiful.
I had these sort of weird and wonderful ideas in my mind, but what you have done, the grain on this and everything about it is just absolutely stunning.
Phil told me how important community was to you, and also you quite like coffee.
Yeah.
So you can have a few people sitting around it and rest your coffee on it at the same time.
Such a beautiful gift, which absolutely hits my sweet spot. So, yeah, thank you as well. You've just been, yeah, a rock as well. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
That is a beautiful surprise.
It's probably a little bit heavy to carry away with you today, but maybe I'll bring it up to your place soon. Maybe we'll get a cheeky surfing at the same time.
You'll always be welcome.
The beauty of the wood and the thickness of it, and it was just so smooth as well. And also the legs were sort of just such a contrast, but just teed it all off. And just to see somebody like Nick with a massive smile on his face as a small thank you for so many people is just brilliant.
It's just beautiful. And yeah, I'm going to treasure it like nothing else.
Do you know what? I'm over the moon. That couldn't have gone better, and I'm just really pleased. All that dedication that I've spent on this project has paid off.
I've got the 3 timber back panel of my project underway. And now I'm getting started on the main structure of Zoe's bench. I want this to be nice and sturdy, so I'm going to use a classic technique. Now I'm using a mortise-and-tenon joint because really it's the strongest joint. I first learnt this joint as a teenager, and no wonder, because it's one of the oldest joints in woodworking. There are actually examples of this method found in timbers dating back to 4900 BC. The joint is simply a protruding peg, which is called a tenon, that slots into place in a corresponding hole, called a mortise. These are my back legs, and these are my stretchers going into it. So the back of my bench will come across here like this. We'll have a front leg coming down, an arm into here, a stretcher. We've got our other back leg here, which has also got a mortise in. And once the board is across that back, it'll be a great solid structure. So now I just need to create my middle section and get this bench jointed together. I've used 3 beautiful timbers for the back panel of Zoe's bench: Spalted beech, burr elm and sweet chestnut. But to really show them off, I need to add the perfect finish to the wood. It's time for the best bit. Now, essentially what I'm using here is a varnish with a catalyst, which will make it set quickly. And it'll be hard within about an hour. And when I say hard, I mean set for years. That's what I've been waiting to see. All those little details, those little knots, all the grain. It's just as good as wood gets for me. Hopefully, I've covered it so well, it's going to be weatherproof for years to come.
Out by the woodpile, I've got a few more jobs to tackle on Marcus's plane planter. First, I'm using my angle grinder attachment to give the shape more definition. But there's still one very important part of my design that's next on the list. These are the propellers. And I've added on a nose. I decided to cut the nose off that I had on before because it was redwood and it was getting quite thin. And to be honest, I realised it was just too weak. So I've cut it off and I've made an oak one. I've drilled a hole, so I'm going to attach it in like this and give it a good old whack with the hammer. But I'm going to add in some glue. I'm going to try and get lots in there. 2 more to go. With my propellers attached, I've got just enough time to give the planter a really good sand down and a coat of wood oil before Marcus and Nikki are due in the woods. When Nikki came to see me, she told me about Paramedic Marcus and how she wanted to thank him for saving her husband's life. Now she's back in the woods, and this time she's brought Marcus with her. Hello.
Hello.
You must be Marcus.
I am, yes. Hello.
I've heard an awful lot about you. Do you have any idea why you're here today?
I don't know. No, not at all.
Well, the reason why you're here, Marcus, is because down to you, I've still got my husband. And the work that you did on my husband that day in his accident kept him alive to get to hospital. So as a token of that, I've asked Ella over there to make you something as an appreciation of what we feel.
Oh, well, thanks very much, Nikki. Obviously, I'm just happy that me and my colleagues could be there to help Nick in his time of need. And I'm just happy that he's still here and you've still got a husband.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm absolutely thrilled.
Nikki was telling me all the things about you, that your love for aviation and being outdoors and, you know, and all of those things. And I tried to make something that hopefully brings all of that together and says the right kind of thank you.
Oh, I'm excited.
You
I'm
ready
excited
to see what it is?
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's excellent.
Oh, my God, that's amazing.
Oh, brilliant. Wow. Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you. Thanks very much. Absolutely beautiful.
It's also a bit fun because the kids can sit on the front.
Oh, that's absolutely amazing.
Oh, it is, actually.
Yeah.
It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Thank you very much. You've got to keep them flowers alive, man.
I'll have to buy myself a new watering can to celebrate. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming today, and it's been an honour to meet you and hear your story and to be able to be a part of thanking you.
No, thank you. Thank you. And thank you to you, Nikki, as well.
Ditto.
Obviously, this is a tad on the large side, so we won't expect you to carry it away today. We'll get it sent over to you.
OK, cheerio.
Take care.
I think to say thank you, it's never enough. So, you know, this just goes to another step to show how grateful that we are.
I would love to have it in my home, I think, like in my garden, but I think we would be better having it down at our base of operations so everyone can appreciate it, not just me. I think it would be wonderful for people to see it.
After hours of hard graft, and with 2 projects complete, I think we've all earned a little fireside snack break.
Well, I thought I'd put together some s'mores for you all today.
What's a s'more?
There's no graceful way of eating it. It's basically melt the marshmallows and try and make a sandwich. Try not to get too covered in chocolate.
OK.
It's called a s'mores.
A s'mores, OK.
Do you know why?
No.
Because you're going to want some more when you finish that one.
Have you never toasted marshmallows before?
Never, honestly.
Just get stuck in.
Or are you going in for the toast?
Curse is going
I'm
in.
going to keep my hair away from it. I don't want to lose my eyebrows today, either.
Well, that's on fire.
I'm not doing this right, Alex.
Tea break over, I'm moving on to the final stages of Zoe's 3 Peaks bench. The last thing left for me to do is fit the whole thing together. To secure the arms in place, I'm using simple dowels at the joints, and with a bit of wood glue, these will create a super strong fixing that should last for years and years.
Now it's time to put the final coat of varnish on the bench. got to do this just right, because this is how it's going to be forever.
When Vicky came to see me, she told me all about Zoe and how much she wanted a special gift to thank her for being such an amazing friend. When Vicky's son Jack was stillborn, Zoe went above and beyond to support her during the tragic event. After Zoe's daughter Ellie took her own life, Zoe set up a mental health charity for young people, which has raised over £10,000. I'm really hoping that she loves the bench that I've made for her.
Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? Good to see you again,
Hi.
Vicky.
Nice to see you, Alex. How are you?
Very well. Who's this?
This is Zoe.
Well, maybe Vicky should explain why she's brought you here.
As you know, everything that I went through with Jack, I couldn't have got through it without you. You know, I genuinely couldn't. That few days, everything that you did, how you are as a person, you know, how you looked after me, how you looked after Jack. You know, you treated Jack so well. You know, you looked after him as if he was alive. The respect you showed for him, how you looked after me. You were like, I'm not leaving you.
No, I wouldn't have left you.
You wouldn't, you know, you would not leave my side. And obviously then when we've gone on to have Harry, you know, you made sure that everything was going to be all right with Harry. You've been through everything you have done yourself, but you were still putting me first. I've just got so much respect for you for it. When you've set up the Forever 20 Foundation, you've focused on everybody else, and I just wanted to do something that was for you, you know, because I wanted to make sure that you're being thought of as well.
Thank you.
Well, this was the story that Vicky had told us, and all we'd heard is about how selfless you are. So I wanted to put something personal for you into something.
So have you made this?
So I've made this for you. Should we have a look?
Yes, please.
Okay, so...
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so that's the 3 peaks.
The Yorkshire 3 Peaks?
The Yorkshire 3 Peaks. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. It's a day that I'll always remember. It was called the Walk of Hope.
Yeah.
You know, 3 mountains, 26 miles, to raise awareness for mental health. No, I love it. When I'm sat in my garden and I can look at that and then remember that day. Definitely done me proud there. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Well, the proof's in the pudding. You'll have to have a sit on it, won't you? Go on, be my guest, take a seat.
That was the bad boy.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it.
I'm really glad you do.
I'll treasure it.
I've really loved making this bench for you. I'll get this delivered to your garden and I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you. I'm just so grateful that Alex could create something that is so meaningful. I really like that those that know what it means.
This bench to me signifies hope, that you can go through something heartbreaking, but to have a friendship out of it and to have hope, and those mountains are a walk of hope.
To know that they're gonna spend time on this bench and just think about everything they've achieved, everything that's come out of sort of a trauma, they've turned into a positive. It's a massive privilege to play a little part in this story.